Everybody, it's me, Lorena, or Rhonda, whatever you want. I'm wearing this cute scarf because I highlighted my hair and it got a little too light in the front. It has to grow out, so that's why I'm wearing this funky scarf. Anyway, I like scarves anyway, so just didn't want to shock you or anything. But anyway, so I've gotten like messages from Summer like all week long, and I know I've gotten into Dawn's head, and Summer's already gotten into Dawn's head too. And she told me she would, and she was there first. And because Dawn has been in almost every single vision that I've had, I know I'm in his space, and I'm just wondering, and I'm not taking anything out with me. Um, But I'll tell you what Summer's been leaving me like messages, like little visions and things, and they sort of are of the same theme, and they're not like long visions like she usually does, like longer visions. They're kind of like little chopped up visions they always seem to have the same theme, dark, where you can't see anything, and there's the absence of moonlight and the moon, like the word moon and the stars in the sky, and dark, and water, murky water, and water coming down from the hills and water filling up, and a night sky where you really can't see anything, like there's not enough moonlight, and the earth. And so anyway, I saw the first one was this was about, I was waiting for more so I could tell you, more stuff. But I'm just going to tell you what I had because I'm liable to forget it because they're just little chopped up bits and pieces, but I know they mean something. And anyway, the first one was about a week and a half ago. I was standing looking at a hill in the country. It was at night. Again, it's always night anymore. And I saw a fence running along the side of the hill. It almost looked like when they do those children's books with the sheep jumping over the moon or something, like count the sheep or something, and the sheep are jumping. It was kind of like a hill with the little animated sheep. But I saw to one side of the hill there were numbers, and the numbers, and there was one letter, and they were kind of floating in the air, and like suspended in the air, and they weren't. I knew they weren't really in any particular order, and there was a Q, and there was a 1, a 0, a 3, and a 4. And I remembered it. I woke up from it, and I remembered them the next morning. And I thought, okay, well, so I thought right away, the Q reminded me of when you look down on the Wells property. It kind of looks like a Q, like with the circular road, and then the line leading down to Beach Creek Road, like it looks like a Q. And there was another indication. I felt that she was telling me that's where she was. She was on that property, which I know she's told me so many times before. She's on that property. So the cue was okay. Now you're going to maybe you can help me with these things because don't be afraid to like say something because sometimes I can't figure it out. I need some help. And I don't come from Tennessee. I don't know the area. I don't know what the 1034 meant. They were clear. It wasn't like they were foggy or they trailed off or it could have been some other number. They were the 1034. Now I looked under Google and I looked up all kinds of things, combinations like Ben Hill Road 1 through 1034 or 0134, Rogersville, blah blah blah. I couldn't really find anything. I found a lot of that address in Rogersville or Hawkinsville, but Rogers Town or Hawkinsville or Rogers, whatever. Anyway, Ben Hill, but there was nothing like that made any sense. So, if anybody knows, could they be, if you live near the property, could they be road markers? And does it mean anything to anybody? Or even 0341? There were four numbers. I don't think it would be a 0134. It would be more likely to be a 1034. Would that mean anything to anybody? It could be a marking on a building, a tank, like a septic tank, a road marker, anything like that. Because the Q, definitely, I was happy with the Q being, that's what their house looks like from the sky. It kind of looks like Q, on Google Maps. It, with the road going down, the little Q, the curly Q thing, and then it going around the property, going around, and you come out on the Q, and I was okay with that. That was fine. But if anybody could help me with that, um, it might be a marker. Um, it could have been an old parcel number. I Like I said, I could use some help with that one. I don't know. But then I saw, I told you about the karate one. Well, not really the karate one, but I'll repeat it. I was standing at the back of the jail cell where Don was, and he was in the cell, but I could see myself being tossed in the cell by the jailer. And a cell means a space, and a space where Don's space, maybe his mind, what he's thinking. It's a box, a room, but it wasn't a closed room. It had bars. There was ways of looking in. Anyway, and he tossed me in there, and he said, "I got something for you." And he tossed me kind of, and then I was still at the back of the wall, but I could see all this. I was coming toward the back of the wall, and then he kind of real sluggishly, like he is, he kind of came at me, but like real slow, like let's see what I have here. And I like suddenly I got so mad at him, and I I I need him, but my knee kind of turned into like an iron like the kind you press your clothes with, like a weapon. And I felt such strength in my knee that I really let him have it right between the knees. Like I normally don't feel that much strength in my knee, and it was like I could see the steel tip of the iron, like when the front of the iron part, and there was a lot of strength in my knee. And I said, "This is for summer." And then I did a Steven Seagal flip onto the bunk that was against the wall, and then I like turned around really quick, like ready for my next move. And I said, "I'm not done with you yet." And I I don't know really what that meant. It might mean I'm just inside his head, and it's been a while, and it's about time that I got inside his head because Summer did it, and I think I helped her. Um, who knows? I might be helping haunt him. He might be seeing this crazy blonde lady, in his dreams, doing all this stuff, and it's me. And I got to, get some good jabs in. But that was kind of weird. And then the vision about the fish on the beach. Okay, the I saw after that there was a fishing boat with wooden planks, like kind of an old fashioned fishing boat. It's just like a medium size, like they'd use in any small fishing village, and the net was full of rainbow colored fish, like trout or whatever. They were about this big, and there were hundreds of them in the net, which is a very fortunate thing if you dream about that. And I I remember telling in the vision, telling you guys, I said, "Oh, and this is like if you dream about catching a lot of fish, that's a very fortunate omen." You know, that's really great if you dream about that. That means you're going to come into something really good. It's we do dream interpretation too. I grew up with it, and kind of gypsy scarf. But anyway, we know how to interpret dreams, and I do it. I do it for a lot of people. Just my sister-in-law likes when I do it. She's she's kind of scared of it, but she always totally misinterprets it because she's kind of a doom and gloom person. But anyway, so and then summer, I remember Don had that dream. He said, I guess I don't know why I would have made it up or whatever. But he said that Summer came to the job site and she was holding this beautiful big rainbow fish, colored fish. And she was cuddling the fish and snuggling him and kissing him, and she was so happy with her fish. And it was shiny, like shiny, like the fish I saw in the net. And I was thinking in the vision, I was thinking, when you're in a vision, you kind of think like you do in reality. Like you can think. It's not like a dream where everything kind of happens to you. It's like you're aware. And I thought this is what Don said he dreamed that Summer had a beautiful fish and she was really happy with it. And she was petting it and everything like that. It was a beautiful rainbow colored fish. And there she was standing in my vision with this at the construction site that I saw. And he was there and he said how beautiful the fish was and how much she enjoyed it. So anyway, then I had a dream, a vision of I was in the dark, and this was like connected with the fish vision that excuse me a second. Anyway, it was completely dark again, and I was standing there, and I could see where the fish had been on the beach. It was the fish beach where all those beautiful fish had been, and it was nighttime, and there was no moon. Again, it was dark, and we could barely see anything. Don was standing next to me again. I am definitely in that man's head. And that's a good thing, as long as I don't take anything out, because I'm protected. But I was in his head. I'm in his head right now. And anyway, we're standing there on the beach, and all the fish are ruined. They're hanging on a clothesline, and they're like flapping in the wind in the dark. And I can see them like flapping on the clothesline, and some are bigger than others. Some are like half part of the fish, and they're all hanging on the clothesline. I realize they're all ruined, and it's dark. And he said, I don't think we should have done that. Like there were two things. The first thing that we did, now I don't know, I was representing somebody else in the vision, and he thought for a moment of something that he had done that had to do with this beautiful haul of fish being destroyed and ruined. And he said, we shouldn't have done that. And I thought, no, we shouldn't have done that. And I remember seeing that in the wind, the fish were like lapping in the wind, the ones that were left on the line, and it was dead pitch black, and there was nothing that we could do about it. They were like gone, all that, the haul of beautiful fish. And there was regret on his part because something bad happened to all this light and beauty, and it was a bad omen for him because he had regret that he shouldn't have done that, and now something was going terribly wrong. And the lack of light into the situation means a lack of direction, not being knowing where you're going, not being able to see clearly. This the summer keeps showing me the lack of light, lack of moonlight. She showed me the word moon that one time. Moon. Like there's dark and there's no moon. And sometimes she'll show me a little bit of moonlight shining. The moon is also like the tarot card, La Lune, which is one of the major arcana cards. It means something that's beneath the surface, something that's not being seen. It's an emotional card. It's like if you take the picture of the card La Lune, it's the number 18. It's the crawfish crawling out from under the depths of the water, like a secret. There's secrets going on. There's things that are not seen. There are things that are not being shown. There are half truths. There are lies. There are deceptions. And it's also an unstable mind, emotional problems, emotional issues. And this is truly what I feel that some person in this situation who is very close is going through. I know everybody says that Candace is happy as a clam, doing what she wants. She doesn't have any emotional problems. She's okay. That's not what I'm being shown at all. My cards, my spirit guides, I'm trying to find the Lune for you. My spirit guides are showing me, here it is, the Lune. It's deceptions. It's secrets. The things that are not being shown. Some things are crawling out of the water being emotional, things that are being hidden, secrets, deceptions. Seen by the light of the moon. You can only see so much because it depends how much moonlight is willing to come down and show you what's on the earth. Sometimes it'll be a completely a new moon, so you won't have any light. You won't be able to see anything. Or it could be a full moon where it's showing everything. You can see as bright as day. But right now, everything is dark. Everything is dark right now. And that's what summer keeps showing me. There are deceptions. There are things going on beneath the surface that are not being seen. And she's very clear on that. And there's a lot of it going on with people. And Candace, like I said, I don't care what anybody says, Candace is going through a very bad emotional. She's losing it emotionally. All this water, and this woman who was sitting across the table from me, and when I heard the word script, when somebody described, she was talking to somebody and she said, okay, I got the script straight. That was exactly how I felt when I was sitting across from this woman at one of my visions at the table, and she was just like closed her eyes. She had these weird yellow eyelashes, and she was like reciting exactly why she was getting this divorce or whatever she was trying to explain to me. It didn't matter what it was. It was that she was trying to explain something to me, and she was sticking to her story. And she was with a man. A man was there, but he couldn't say anything. And I believe that man was Don. It was a symbol of Don, the man that was there sitting at the table with her. It was in one of my visions. And she was just like clinched to the table. And she's like, everything's going to be fine. Everything's going to be perfect. You know, this is the way it is. And she had like clinched and then finally she was like, she was done. And I said, well, if everything's so great, why are you getting a divorce? And she just like crumbled. So you can believe whatever you want to believe, but I say she's going to crack. She's isolated. She's surrounding herself with all these weirdos, people that are not good for her. She's doing drugs, she's drinking. I don't think she even goes out because she's always intoxicated and she can't go out. She'll get a DUI. She probably has everything delivered. Um, she told, I don't subscribe to Benny Keys or any of but I do check on the channels once in a while. If I can stand the MF word, like 30,000 times during the interview or something. And he's like, something, they were talking, she's talking about a script, following the script. And I'm thinking, that was exactly what I felt when she was talking at me, telling me the story. It was like scripted what she wanted me to hear. And that was what the word she used. And that's what I think it is. It's a script that she's telling everybody. And so I my visions say she's falling apart fast. And I don't know who's going to cave on who. I think one thing is going to make her crack. Um, and I know, and if Allie and her mom and her grandmom think that Summer is on that property, they're closer probably than anybody to the Wells. They think Summer's on that property. That's good enough for me. And that's what I think too. She's on that property. They've just missed her. Because when a vision's shown to me, a lot of times the vision will be shown in another time period. Like when I came here and I started seeing my husband's father when he had passed, after he'd passed, I was seeing what he was showing me were furniture where it used to be. And Bobby and I argued at first, and I said, no, he said the crib was over here. He showed it me over there, and he would say, no, no, it was over there. It was over there, or this was here, and that was there, and that, and if I agreed, he said, I'm sorry, it was. I forgot. Or when Motley, our dog, was visiting us, there was a special sound that when I first came here, the furniture was different. And he used to perch on a certain chair that I moved because it was putting a big black hole in the wall and I hated it. And we moved the furniture around and moved some of my stuff in. But it used to make this certain bump, bump where he, jumped down on the floor. And I kept hearing that when I woke up some mornings after he passed. And I said, Bobby, what is that sound? Like, and it sounded like the door shut, the front door shut. And I finally said, oh my God, that was where the old chair used to be. That was the sound it made when it hit the wall and then he hit the floor. That's the sound. And it wasn't there anymore. But the spirits will sometimes show me where things used to be. So I'm thinking with the well might have been, Summer might be showing me the well when it was more built up. It might have been in a lot worse shape, and it was a round well. It wasn't one of the square ones. It might have been in a lot worse shape. It might have been a lot more broken down in actuality, and they missed it because she's on that property and she's in a well. It might be more like a hole in the ground, but she's on the property and she's going to be found. And it was supposed to be when the leaves are brown. Now the leaves are, they're brown, but, I know they found something. And I believe they said according to what I remember, and I can't get, if anybody has that scanner, police scanner, when the TBI was here or law enforcement, they said they found what looked like could have been somebody had dug up a dead body. I don't know if they used dogs or whatever, but I picture it at night for some reason. Please, I'd love to hear that video because I heard part of it. I heard the police. And that would have been a find. And that would have been true because they did find her. She was moved. And the second place would have been the well because it's not easy to get somebody up from a well. So, anyway, and then I saw, let me see, I saw the numbers and I saw and Don and I were at where the fish were hanging, and he said we shouldn't have done that. And everything was dark, and it was like the fish were now like, they weren't beautiful fish anymore. They were like hanging. And then I had one. I told her, she's like giving me little snippets. It was like during the day, and Don and I were standing next to Summer's school bus, and it was a school bus, but it was like a regular bus. It wasn't like a yellow school bus. And she was getting ready to get on the school bus, and she had a poster, and it was a white poster, and it was big. So when she was holding it, it would kind of like cover her sometimes, and I couldn't see parts of her, and I was standing there, and I had said something like I wanted to take her home. I wanted to take her with me. And Don suddenly got this sacrilegious, poor, pitiful me attitude going. Like, no, no, she's my responsibility. I'll take her home. No, no, I'll do it. I'll do it. So before I can even do anything, he takes her by the hand. He puts her on the steps of the school bus. And I was so upset because he was spiting me because I wanted to take her. He was spiting Summer because she wanted to come with me. And he was acting like a big fat baby again. And he wasn't taking her with him. He was passing her off to the school bus as usual. So he wasn't taking responsibility again. He was just putting her on the school bus and saying, no, no, poor me. I'll do it. I'll do it. So, and I saw her go on the bus and she was crying because she wanted to come with me. And I was so mad at him when I came out of it. I was like, you dickhead. She wanted to come with me. And this, I think, is the whole situation. Like, he wouldn't even in the vision take responsibility for anything. He just, walked away. Like, he couldn't even take her with him. He just plopped her on to somebody else. Like, that's just the way, I think that was just the way he is, kind of a thing. And the last one I saw I saw children, but I only saw their lower legs, and it was dark again, and their feet were like, I could see them walking back and forth, and Summer was with them, but her feet were bigger. But I knew time had passed since she'd been gone. And they had bare feet, and they were bumping into each other. I knew about I could only see their legs from like halfway up their calves. And it was dark, and they were like bumping into each other, going walking back and forth in the same area. And it was kind of like confusion. Um, so um, all these visions are kind of not really going anywhere. They're just a period of mental instability on someone's part, severe mental instability, which I believe is Candace, and also Hunter, um, Allie. Um, those women, they knew, they know what happened, and one of the Allie and the mother and the grandmother, and one of them said, "Well, after she died," in the conversation. I think it was the grandmother. She said, "Well, after she died, this happened." Like she knew when she died, and so they know what happened. And Hunter's in foster care or protective custody or sequestered or whatever you want to hear, but he's not. Nobody knows where he is, and he's being, he's very um, very distraught over what happened. Um, I still have my what she told me. I'm not. This is what I'm the story. It's not a story. It's not a storyline. It's what I'm being shown. And the fact that all these visions they're kind of the same. They're like in the dark. They're in the moonlight. They're the moon. They're water. They're emotional. They're thoughts. They're secrets. I have a feeling something is going to come out with the Rose's story too. Something is going to come up with Rose, with the attention that Rose's story is getting, with Mary making charges against Don. I heard from Don B on his site. I subscribe that Mary is going to be on Chris McDonough's show tonight. And Don was just read his Miranda rights today again. For they don't know what, but he assumed that was because since Mary is coming on his show, that it will be because of those charges in Utah from his stepsister, and maybe the other sister. I'm not sure, but this is all going to come out. I don't even believe Candace knows where Summer is. I don't believe Don would even have trusted her with that because I don't know how Candace can't tell the truth. I mean, even when people drink, they usually like blabber. Um, I I don't. All she does is talk about herself and that wish list thing. And I mean, I've never joined any of their, you know, um, whatever. Uh, I only think certain people are involved, and I think picking on other people who want to interject themselves into this thing is ridiculous. Like some of the neighbors and the creators picking on each other, and Josie Sue. I don't think she has anything to do with anything. I think she just likes to get attention. I think the main characters that were there at the beginning are the people to be, you know, to be looked at because, I'm waiting for Summer to show me something else. It's springtime. You know, I'm still waiting, and she's showing me all these like there's secrets coming out. There's secrets, lots of secrets, and there's lots of things that are It's like if you knew what really happened in that family, you would not believe it. That sort of thing. Like, you just would not believe it. And if you knew the real story of what happened to Summer, you wouldn't believe it. Because everybody expects some sensational, dang, like unbelievable, when it wasn't like that. It was an accident waiting to happen. Um, so that's what Summer's showing me lately. She's showing me a lot of somebody's in an emotional mess. I'm inside Don's head. I can get inside his head now. She's in his head. Um, he's all like acting like a fool and with his jailhouse chit chat, uh showing up on Benny's live chats, talking to his cellmate Bubba. He doesn't have a cellmate. He's just making things up to make it seem like funny, like he thinks everything's funny. And the old oh, I'm taking responsibility. Don't worry about me. I'll do it. I'll do it. Yeah, like he ever did before. But he didn't care that he broke his daughter's heart, because I wanted to take her in the vision, and she wanted to come with me. And so Summer's telling me there's a lot of deception going on right now. There's a lot of lies. There's a lot of underhandedness. There's a lot of sneaky people. There's there's enormous amount of stuff going on that's not bringing, nothing is coming out right now because it's brewing beneath the surface. It's like a cauldron, and it's going to come out. It's going to burst out. It's going to pop out because it's all brewing, and she's showing me all these things, and that's what she's showing me because something is going on underneath. And he knows he did wrong. He did something wrong, and he regrets it. And he's going to be in a lot more trouble than this. And so is Candace. And she is not in a happy spot at all. So I'll continue to try to, do what I can. I've had other visions about other things, and you know, my own family and everything, and but so anyway, I am sitting here with Summer's terrarium. Um, Summer's terrarium here, and I shall talk to you very soon. As soon as I get something else, I'll let you know. Time is passing on, and but we're never going to forget Little Summer until this case is solved. And she is on the move. She always is. And cancer. I'd say, is there anybody in this case who is a cancer? Is Candace a cancer? When's her birthday? I know it's not Dawn. Um, is anybody? Is Candace a cancer? Or is Hunter a cancer? Hunter knows what happened. Um, okay. Well, you guys take care, and I love you, and I'll talk to you soon. And hopefully I'll get some more information. But Summer's just telling us that everything is in the dark right now, and it's supposed to be that way. And Don knows he ruined it, and he's trying to get the pity party thing, but he's not getting it. And Candace is falling apart. Bye. I love you.